Europe is reaching a fork in the crossroad when it comes to COVID-19. Countries which have implemented tough restrictions are starting to see their cases fall, while others are recording record high numbers of infections. On Thursday, Croatia, Estonia, the United Kingdom and Georgia all announced their highest totals of new infections since the pandemic began, but there's more testing now than what there was in the first wave of the infections. Italy, which was the epicenter of the outbreak back in March, is now also facing a tough second wave. But the picture is more reassuring in other nations. Germany, for example, has announced that it is seeing signs of restrictive measures working. The head of the Robert Koch Institute says the country's curve is flattening. Ireland, meanwhile, is on track to end its lockdown on December the 1st. The government there says the average number of weekly cases is a quarter of what it was a few weeks ago, and that it's confident some restrictions will be dropped at the start of next month. France is expected to hit the peak of its second wave early next week. Prime Minister Jean Castex says some restrictions could be lifted at the start of December, but warned it'll be limited to businesses forced to close during the second lockdown.
We believe that the peak of the second wave could be reached in our hospitals early next week. This means that from next week onwards, the number of COVID patients in intensive care could hopefully start to decrease.